Hi everyone. It didn't occur to me until I pressed record that I have the monitor up kind of loud. Anyway, hi everyone. I wanted to come do a quick update on like where things are and how things are going with TTC stuff and everything. So I don't remember when my last update was. I think I had made appointments with new places. I had appointments, let's see, I had an appointment like a week and a half ago at one place, and then I had an appointment last Monday at another place. I really didn't like the second doctor that I saw. I just didn't click with her personality and everything. So went with the first place, which one of the reasons, other than not really feeling comfortable with the second doctor, which is huge, but one of the reasons I chose to go with the first place is that that doctor was totally on board with just moving forward with the next cycle. Whereas the second doctor was going to want to wait a month and do her own testing and do ultrasounds and like do extra stuff that I just didn't feel was necessary, because I've already been like on this road for a number of months and had so much testing done initially and all of that. So that was one additional reason for choosing the first doctor, but I also just liked her a lot more, and I have a friend who used her, and I've just heard really good things about her. So I'm really happy with that. And so I saw her a week and a half ago. We had a couple of things we had to get in line. And today is cycle day 1. So this is officially the beginning of hopefully IUI number 2 cycle. And the plan this cycle is what the plan was going to be for my last cycle if I had completed it at my old clinic, which is I will go in on cycle day 3, which is Wednesday, and I have my appointment already and everything, for an ultrasound and blood work. And then we'll start letrozole that day and do that days 3 to 7, and then go in probably around day 10 or so, either 10 to 12, somewhere in there, for another ultrasound, and then continue to have that monitoring. And then I will do a trigger shot and go in basically 36 hours later for the IUI, which I'm really happy with this plan. Like, I feel like it's a really good plan to have the best timing possible and have the most control over things that we can have. Last month I did take the letrozole, even though I didn't go through with the IUI. I did take the letrozole partly because I wanted to see how my body responded to it, because I just don't respond well to Clomid. My body, it just throws everything out of whack, and my body doesn't do well with it. So but I did very well with the letrozole. I did home ovulation tests, and I got a positive right around when I would have expected to, and my cycle was a little bit longer than usual, but only by like a day. So with the Clomid it was like 3 or 4 days extra, and I was ovulating late, and I just didn't respond well. So I'm really happy with the plan to do the letrozole and the trigger shot and the ultrasound monitoring and all of that. And we are, like, the last piece to get actually completed is to transfer the banked frozen sperm that we have at the hospital that I was going to the clinic at. It's banked there, and it's been kind of a process to even get the right information from them, from the hospital, about what we need to do to transfer it. So finally today, Eric happened to be there anyway for a clinic appointment, which is right next to the hospital, and so he was able to actually physically go to the lab and fill out what he needed to fill out, and then I need to sign it, and he can scan it and email it back to them. And then there was a form that he needed to sign and either have notarized or sign in their presence for the new clinic. So he was able to thankfully get there in time today to do that. So things are falling into place. Once I sign the form that he's bringing home and we send that back, I think it should be within the next couple of days that they'll transfer it. So that's really good. They really wanted to have it as close to the beginning of the cycle as possible, just to kind of be sure that everything was in line and everything. So that's really great. And I have spoken with the pharmacy where I'm getting the meds from, and they should be shipping them out to me today to receive tomorrow. And so all of this I feel like it's all falling into place, and I was so nervous about everything like getting done in time because I only saw her for the first appointment a week and a half ago, and I'd had to go and have a physical done, and so I was able to thankfully get in to see my doctor last week, which was really just lucky. And it's just been kind of, it feels like it's been a sprint for the last week and a half. And I'm really glad that everything seems to be falling into place. And I'm really, really hopeful for this cycle. But we'll see. If this does not work out, if we do the IUI and it doesn't work, then we'll be moving on to IVF. And I'm okay with having to go that route now with the way that things are. We have new insurance that will actually cover a lot of it, if not all of it. And we're at a clinic that I like much better that's much closer. So if we need to move on to IVF, I'm more okay with it now than I would have been if we were still at our old clinic or had our old insurance and we were having to pay out of pocket for everything. But I still certainly don't want to move on to IVF if we can help it. So I really, really hope that this cycle works, and I will try to post some little updates here and there on how things are going. I really want to document this as much for me as for everyone else, and you know, kind of want to keep people updated on what's going on, because I'm not sharing it like in my personal life. It feels weird, like I'm sharing all of this stuff with strangers. Anyone could you know, stumble across this, but yet I'm not sharing it really with people in my own life, which seems weird, but I know other YouTubers feel the same way, and like they're much more open about stuff on YouTube than they would be with people that they see in real life, that they know in real life. So anyway, so that's the little update. So yeah, just kind of the next 2 weeks will be, probably 2 weeks will be meds and monitoring and whatnot, and then hopefully in about 2 weeks we'll be able to do the IUI, and then have that wait that seems to last for months and months. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you again soon.